Melissa here from the library. We're just getting ready to make our moon sand, which I think is a great activity for today since it looks like it's another rainy day and we'll all probably be spending a little extra time inside. So what you will need is a bin or a container to put your sand and make your sand in. Something to store your sand, so either a container, a Ziploc container or Tupperware container that has a lid. I'm just going to put mine in a Ziploc bag when I'm done. We've made it at the library before and it stayed quite well in a Ziploc bag. It says it'll last for 2 or 3 weeks if it's stored in an airtight container. We need just some regular all-purpose flour, some oil. I've made this with baby oil before and it worked really well and it smelled really delicious. I didn't have any baby oil this time, so we're just going to use regular cooking oil. We're going to try to make some colored sand this time. We'll see how it goes. So some food coloring, and I think I'm going to add a little lavender oil to my sand today just to make it smell extra delicious. Yeah, so that is really all that we're going to need. And then if you want to play with your sand, you know, some cups or some containers, some trucks, just things to dig around, hide in it, play with it, whatever you might like. All right, so let's get started. So the recipe calls for 8 cups of flour. I think I'm only going to do a half batch, but you guys can do the full batch if you want to. All right, so it calls for 8 cups of flour and 1 cup of oil. So I'm going to do 4 cups of flour and half a cup of oil. And then we'll see how it goes. So I just have a clean bin here. So let's measure out our 4 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm making a big mess. Good thing I'm not trying to do this at home with the cats. I'm sure Icarus would be all over this one. All right, so 4 cups of flour and half a cup of oil. So I'm going to use my measuring cup here and just measure half a cup of oil. I have a cup measurer, so I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, and then in there, I'm going to add a little bit of my essential oils. So I'm just using lavender oil. Like I said, it should help. Cooking oil doesn't always smell the best, so 2, 3. So I'm going to put 8 drops of lavender oil, and then I think I'll just add my food coloring right to the oil. And see if it, I'm going to use my finger to stir it up a little bit. All right, so then we're just going to add the oil to the flour. Okay, and then just use your hands to stir it all up. When it gets all mixed, if we notice that it's a little too wet, we can always add a little extra flour. See, I'm just mixing it. Or we can add a little extra oil, whatever we need to do. And you just have to mix it really, really, really well to get all that oil mixed into the flour. So moon sand is quite a fun activity. It's kind of amazing what you can do with simple ingredients at home. It's not very colorful, so I think I'm going to add a little bit more food coloring to my flour. We'll see. We'll see what kind of mess I can make. We'll see what kind of mess I end up making. So like I said, the original recipe called for 8 cups of flour and 1 full cup of oil, but we've just halved it because I don't think I need that much sand. I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more oil. Let's see here. I'll squash it all down. It's not very colorful, so maybe I might need to add a little more food coloring too. Oh, it's starting to get kind of sandy textured. See? It smells good. The lavender oil made it smell delicious. All right, so I think I'm going to add just a little tiny bit more oil and a little bit more food coloring. I'm going to add that right to the spot that I added the oil and see if we can't get this mixed up. The food coloring doesn't seem to be coloring the sand very well. It's more of just a speckle of pink through it than actually pink. So keep mixing. It should get nice and crumbly so you can pack it. See, kind of beginning to have the texture of sand. Like I said, if yours is a little too wet, then maybe add a little extra flour, or if you find it's a little too dry, just add a little extra oil. I think the coloring part is a little bit of a fail, but that's okay. Like I said, mine doesn't seem to be very pinkish. It just seems to be more speckled. See? So, sand makes me think of the beach. I wish we were all at the beach somewhere today. I couldn't believe when I woke up that it was snowing. Oh, in May. I guess that's what happens in Alberta. Alright guys, so once it's ready, you should be able to, I think I'll get my other measuring cup that doesn't have full of oil. You should be able to be able to pack it into a container. Oh, look, and make a sandcastle. That worked. So yeah, so I would say that this is probably the perfect texture. So yeah, so this is moon sand, and it's a wonderful sensory activity. So I'm sure younger children would love it as well, because it's cool, it's a little messy, lots of fun. So like I said, yeah, as long as you can build sand castles and things with it, it's probably the perfect texture. Oh, now watch, it won't work the second time. Oh, there we go. So yeah, so that is moon sand. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun. I'd love to see if you make sand castles or anything fun with your moon sand. Send me a picture, and we'll see you next Friday for our Fun Friday activities. See you later.